All right. You niggas finna learn today. You finna learn today. Good morning, good afternoon, evening, whatever time it may be where your ass is at. Welcome to the first church of Holy Shit, where I, your Uncle Jeff, am your humble servant. Y'all let me know if y'all hearing me good. Look like YouTube was the first one here with the peace to the balls. One love, peace to the balls. What's going on? Nazarene, Josh, what's cracking? Eric, Harvey, what's up, Eric? Eru, what's going on in the D, man? You holding it down? You all right over there? Because, you know, it's crazy everywhere, but Detroit and Chicago got their own brand. I'm hoping everything is well. Hoping I'm sounding good. What a day. What a goddamn day. Everything is good. Shout out to my main man, Zero on deck, who is up in the crib with us today, who is on deck with us. Oh, shit. There go Bruce House in here. What's happening, young Jedi? Did a show last night at the Hidden History Museum. I cannot say enough. Shout out to brother Tariq Nasheed. Like I was saying in another chat room with some white folks who asked me, so how do you feel about Tariq and what he has to say? I said, let's be clear. I do not kind of like Tariq. I do not sort of agree with Tariq. To put it where you can get it, I fucks with Tariq Nasheed. Okay, does that clear it up? I fucks with Tariq Nasheed. Real talk. That's my man right there. And doing it, bruh. Doing it. Not talking about it, doing it. The Hidden History Museum is that shit. You have to visit it when you get to LA. You have to. I implore you. What I was picking up on while I was there last night was a room full of black people of just about every age, from 18 to 80. Good 100 of us, 100 something. Packed ass room with beautiful, peaceful, grounded, earthy, soulful ass black people. It was dope. One of the best shows I've done all year. I loved it. Can't wait to go back. Taking people when I go. It's what's up. It's really what's up. If you are if you are from LA or in the LA area, you're doing yourself a disservice if you do not go to the Hidden History Museum. Real talk. It's you will not be disappointed. And if you white and you go and you look along the walls, you will no longer be ignorant. How about that? Yeah. So straight dug it, man. Straight dug it. I can't say enough about how much fun I had. Shout out to DeJuan Brown for booking me and the other comedians I was on the show with. Alicia Cooper. What's my man's name? Jamario McClain. A couple of other cats, man. I can't forgive me for not remembering your names, but it was the shit. Anyway, we are up in here. I'm gonna let y'all see my mug till my shit start fucking up. So you know I'm here. It just my shit for some reason, we got the issues with the Wi-Fi around here. So we are going to make do. Let me know what you're hearing, how I'm sounding, what's on your mind, anything you want to talk about or get at. Y'all already know. I got the presses back running, people. I got the presses. Oh, I can't smoke this yet. I got the presses running, people. Uncle Jeff's pure all natural African shea butter. Okay. Straight from the hands of the sisters who pick it from the tree in Ghana. From there, straight to your black ass. Put it on your skin. You want your skin to look like this here? Look at this. Look at that. Yeah. No makeup. No, none of that. Take some honey, some sugar, some oat milk or almond milk. I'll make a scrub. It's about time for me to do it. Get the dead skin cells off. Wash with black soap. Uncle Jeff's Pure African Shea Butter. Keep your skin smooth. Changing the world. One ashy ass at a time. Now I want you to go to cover that ash at Gmail. Hit me and I'll hit you back. What up, Frank Green, Frank White, Top Shelf? Good to see y'all up in here, man. If this is your first time in here, put a P21 in the chat. If you've never been in here before, I've been meeting quite a few new people. Most of them youngsters, man. I need that. Do it work for dry feet? Nigga, does a hobby horse have a wooden dick? Of course. Okay. Here's what you do. I don't care how dry your feet are, Josh. In a worst case scenario, in a crusty, fucked up, gargoyle in dragon ash feet fucked up situation, I'm gonna get to that, Frank Green. I could tell you exactly what you do. Okay. Now, of course, you have to keep them clean. I ain't got to say that. But right after you get out of the shower, basically what you do with Uncle Jeff's Pure Natural African Shea Butter is you take like a ball and you draw a line on your body like you're drawing a skeleton, straight down, one line all the way down, and you draw a line on your feet and you rub all of that in. That's just for the day. Before you go to bed, sacrifice a couple pair of sweat socks. Go buy you a bag of sweat socks. All cotton. It might be a little harder to find, but it's better if you find all cotton. Right before you go to bed, I want you to put an uncomfortable amount of shea butter between your toes, all over your feet. Cover them very, very heavily with shea butter and put them socks on and sleep in that shea butter for 1 week and get back to me and let me know what your feet look like, what they feel like. I guarantee you're going to love your feet. I guarantee it. Because shea butter is also in its pure form antifungal and antiseptic. There's nothing better for you to put on your skin except maybe black girl coochie juice. But now I'm oversharing and I don't want to do that. But yes, we can take care of them feet. If you do what I just said with some Uncle Jeff's Pure Natural Shea Butter, nigga, you will be in there like swimwear. Real talk. Okay. I could sand wood with my joints. Not when you get done with what I'm talking about. What did you think about that ratchet ass BET Awards? Well, Frank Green, thank you for asking, but I can guarantee you, I'm being boldly honest with you, that I'm not watching next year's, and I didn't watch this year's, because I didn't recognize one individual that they was talking about. This new music does not speak to me, so I don't address it. Tim X, you mean the EBT Awards? Exactly, bro. I don't. And how am I sounding? Am I sounding all right? I'm looking good, sounding good, great. Bruh, there's I did a show about it, informed versus affected. I'm very particular about what I let in. I'm very particular, brother. I don't watch regular news. Shout out to cats like there's another one I can give a shameless plug to for no reason at all but love. A fucking knucklehead Brandon Bolin. Brandon Bolin is CNN and MSNBC for me. I don't agree with everything he say, but that's my man. I've been knowing him for over 2 decades. Sharp, concise, on point. He's on YouTube. He does something called Nightus, Nighttus. It is a very informative show. And shout out to Jay Phillips. Shout out to Rodney Perry. I'm gonna be on Rodney Perry Live tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock LA time. Yeah, I'm gonna get my black ass up. 7 o'clock LA time. I'm gonna be on with Rodney Perry. I really, I make it my business now that I can to model what it is that I'm going to let in. Very, very, very selective. And BET does not make the cut. They don't make the cut. I'm not letting that shit in for what? What were you expecting? Were you expecting it to be unratchet? Were you taken by surprise? Were you sitting there mouth agape? Did the incident, the crime scene, did it set you back a spell? You knew them ratchet niggas was gonna be there. So why were you? That's the question. Not why were they? Why were you? Them niggas been ratchet. Shout out to my niece Kathleen. She made this, man. I got a matching one too. This one's my teacup. My coffee cup is a little smaller. It's only on 3 legs. It's not circular. It's got like a little groove. See how it's not a perfect circle? This cup is the shit. Y'all want one? Holler at me. I'll holler at her. And she custom makes them like in a kiln with all that shit, bro. She's the shit. Shout out to Kathleen with her new digs. She done moved to the Bay, doing her thing, man. Proud of my niece, man. Uncle Jeff don't know Lil Boosie. I know who he is, and I agree with some of the things he says, but I haven't really heard his music enough to make a judgment. I'm not going to pass a judgment on that brother. But as a man, he says a lot of shit I agree with. Shout out to Boosie. Love, brother. I like that cold shoulder brush off he gave the old funky ass Vlad. I was down with that. But no, I don't really follow Boosie. I'm 58. The same BET that gave Sam Smith, a gay white man from the UK, Best New Artist Award years ago. The BET Awards is a minstrel show for Caribbean blacks and the worst stereotypical black tropes. I will take that. Damn, some awards. The Supreme Court changing lives out here. We're going to get into that too. But first, y'all don't need to hear all that. But first, let's push on out into the water of the First Church of her holy shit. This is your first time here. I like to say that somebody fucked up and told me God was everywhere. So I pray from right here. Save me 10%. I never miss a game. And I'm glad that you have decided to save 10% on your soul insurance by switching to Don't Go and coming here. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing some time with me. Hopefully we can bless one another. That's what's up. Okay. Well, you are. I want to talk some shit about you saying, can we pray first? And then saying, damn, but I can't because young Jedi Master Bruce, I have encouraged you to cuss when you talk about God. So I'm going to take that on the chin. And you are right. We're going to get on into the prayer. You're right. You're right. Okay. Now, get your smoke together because first we pray, then we smoke. All right? Bow your heathen ass heads. Creator, Father, Mother, God, Orchestrator, Most High, ancestors, to a God whose name I know not, because in order to believe God has a name, you have to believe a man. I don't have to believe a man to know that you exist. I thank you for this day. I thank you for this time. I thank you for these 30 people that showed up in here. Creator, I thank you for the fact that I know I already got 30 likes because that's the cover charge to get in here. I thank you for the fact that you are letting these people know that their blessings, their positivity is directly connected to being obedient and touching the damn like button. I thank you for that. I thank you for my problems, for the shit I did wrong that gave me the lessons so I could teach them. I thank you for my obstacles. I thank you for my faults. Because one, they bring me to you, and two, they make me see you. Nobody can tell me that you are not real. I don't know exactly what you are, and I'm wrestling with that with this little funky ass human brain of mine. But I know I'm in reverence to the power that you have given that flows within me, and that I have a responsibility with this power. Keep us all responsible with the power that you have given us. Open us up. Let us learn from each other today. It ain't just about me running my funky ass mouth. These people in here, you done brought some deep people in here. Send me a troll. You know I love trolls. Ain't no troll without a lesson. I show trolls something that they have never seen before. The true sides of themselves. And teach people in the process. So if you see fit to send one, I would sure be thankful. Guide us. Teach us. Alert us. Make us sensitive to the quiet voice. Let us learn from one another in here today. I ask all these blessings in the name of a creator, whose name I know not, and that of my ancestors. And it is so. And now we smoke. Yeah, I'll put that one on. That was a pretty good pull. This is OG Cushion Mullen is what I'm smoking today. Mullen is a great weed. Great weed to cut your weed with. I'm going to need everybody to take the path of Deacon Frank White and give me a nigga amen. Can I get a nigga amen? That's what we put, a little nig on the front of amen. Then we get into today's get down. Are you dependent upon your cross? We're going to talk about cross-dependency today. Are you dependent upon your cross? Now, as usual, with the do's and don'ts, I do know I'm going to hurt some feelings. And I don't give a fiddler's fuck. Let's get that out of the way. I don't care. If harsh words hurt your, if swear words burn your ears, there we go. Got him pouring in with the nigga amens. Of course, if curse words hurt your ears, it burns. And he says those things. How can you be talking about God and you swear words and it burns? Yeah, all that shit. Yeah, we dealing with all that. Okay, I don't know how I got 29 people in here. I don't have 29 likes. That's odd. This might not be the place for you to do anything but be shocked and upset, because that's how I speak. I'm gonna go and give it to you. So the crucifix, let's speak on it. Warning. When I speak on the Bible, I give it about as much weight as I do the Avengers, because they both is some made up plagiarized stories that come from us first. So with the 3-pointer from the goddamn parking lot, True says God was a mass murderer in the Bible. Cussing shouldn't bother anybody. My deacons is on point. They're not with the games. They're not with the games. I don't roll with niggas that's with the games. Anyway, the cross, the crucifix, from what I understand, is one hell of a fucking way to die. Whew. That crucifix is not playing no games with you. Okay? When you up there, from what I understand, yes. Let's learn about it together, because I've heard that it's some very, very gruesome shit. Dying on a cross. How do you die on a cross? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Here, we're going to share this together real quick. Every now and then I'll go to Wikipedia. Cause shit, they be having some dope shit. Crucifixion. That's what this is. Says the cause of death. The length of time required to reach death could range from hours to days, depending upon the method, the victim's health, and the environment. A theory attributed to Pierre Barbet held that when the whole body weight was supported by the stretched arms, the typical cause of death was asphyxiation. He wrote that condemned would have severe difficulty inhaling due to hyperexpansion of the chest muscles and lungs. Oh, I'm about to get way deeper off into teaching this shit than I thought. The condemned would therefore have to draw himself up by the arms, leading to exhaustion, or have his feet supported by tying or by a wood block. When no longer able to lift himself, the condemned would die within a few minutes. This theory has been supported by multiple scholars. Okay. There is scholarly support for several possible causes of death. Heart failure, arrhythmia, hypovolemic shock, acidosis, dehydration, and pulmonary embolism. Okay, let's look up hypovolemic shock. It's a form of shock caused by insufficient blood volume or extracellular fluid in the body. Acidosis is a process causing increased acidity in the blood and other body tissues. If not further qualified, it usually refers to the acidity of the blood plasma. We all know what dehydration is. Pulmonary embolism is a blockage of an artery in the lungs by a substance that has moved from elsewhere in the body through the bloodstream. Okay. Now that we know all the shit that's involved in dying on a cross, let's get metaphysical. I want to get metaphysical. This cross I'm discussing that we bear, this cross from birth to death is made up of the transgressions, our own and others, zero, give me what your cross is made of, ... in either the chat or the private, whichever. What your cross is made of is what we're going to discuss right now. Meaning the shit you carry around metaphysically in your brain housing group. Your cross is made of the transgressions, the indiscretions, the violations, the crimes committed, micro and macro, on you from birth to death, moment by moment. Moment by moment. Don Terrace, the shit that was done to you when you were little, imagine as you walk along the earth, the roots of trees. This is what is coming to me. Thank you, Creator. Imagine yourself, not unlike I am Groot, walking along on your metaphysical journey. And as you do, roots are growing up out of the ground, up through your feet, under your skin, up your spine, and out your arms and legs. Big vines, little vines, big vines, little vines, making this crucifix inside of you. Those vines, twigs, and stumps are made up of, oh yeah, son, I'm coming to get you. I'll be there at 1 o'clock. And you don't see that nigga for 2 years. Made up of you ain't shit because your daddy wasn't shit. Made up of I got my favorite Lunchable on my mind to eat for school tomorrow. Mama bought 3 yesterday. I went to bed last night. I thought I heard something. I thought I heard somebody come in. I thought I felt some bumping in the other room, I think. But this morning, here's what I know. It's a nigga downstairs in my mama bathrobe. And you know what he had for breakfast? All them fucking Lunchables, nigga. What's for me? Who is he? Where's this twisted, retarded sense of family that I'm being subject to because of what this heifer going through? Growing into your decision making, into your wounds, wounding you as it's making you, as it's becoming you. This cross that you are bearing metaphysically is in your very earth suit. Oh, you're nailed to it, and you've been pierced in the side. We've all been nailed to one, and we've all been pierced in the side. We've all had that. And none of ours is exactly the same. There are some splinters that are small that grow when they get in. Having your sex choices molested or taken from you, oh man, that's a big root immediately. Being treated mildly different, coming across things as you get older, when you have the guts to examine yourself and finding that shit has grown into a branch later, that's big. That's real big. Well, this cross, this ugly, pus-laden, infected cross, made up of all that negative shit, all that garbage, all that trash. Mac made up of that girl that broke your fucking heart. Don Terrace made up of not making the team. True made up of just being let down on some man shit, young. Worse than the damage. Yeah, give me that in the private chat. Zero. Worse than the all caps damage. ... is the dependency upon it. Upon it in all caps. Is the dependency regular? Upon it in all caps. If you can, brother, thank you. Shout out to Zero. The dude helping me fly this fucking thing. It's enough to have it. It's one thing to have it. It's one thing to live it, to have it happen to you. Because let's just be honest. It's the shit we don't see coming young that our parents do. That if we don't try to fix it, fuck us up for the rest of our very lives. That little shit they be doing. And it's bad. It's bad. That person that touched you. The nasty bastards that once I'm elected emperor will be put to death. Those who would take your innocence and your womanhood from you. Early or violently. Oh, once I'm elected emperor, once y'all choose me as your emperor, you're going to understand. You're going to stand about that. Oh, bruh, it's going to go hard for you. And ugly. And slow. And televised. Worse than the absence of your father. Worse than the absence of your mother. Worse than the presence of either, but the absence of their love, understanding. No, not absence of their love. The absence of healthy love. Healthy understanding. Healthy interaction. That shit hurt. They're people too. That shit hurt. That girl, that woman that looked you in your face and was fucking some dude you didn't know and told you how much she loved you and how happy you made her, how wonderful y'all shit is. But she fucked that dude. That shit hurt. I know it hurt, bro. That dude that treated you nice at first and then start beating you till candy fell out. That nigga in front of your kids tried to play it real cool around your family because he know Nunk Nunk and Tink Tink is not fucking playing it. Nunk Nunk and Tink Tink don't know. They suspect, but they don't know. So he take it easy around them. That shit hurts, sis. That sneaky dude that snuck up on you, played it real cool at first and then flipped and you found out what he really was. And then it happened again and again. All them niggas ain't shit. But somebody ain't learning a lesson. That shit hurts, sis. And it's gonna keep hurting. Till you learn. Worse than the damage is the dependency upon it. The dependency upon what has happened to you. The being fed by this pus-laden cross. Your mind actually runs on that pus because it's made of anger, regret, rage, vengeance, a need to get way more than even. This is the pus that this metaphysical wooden shit going through you runs on and gives off. It excretes. Being molested, that wood excretes the pus of rage, of shame, humiliation, an inability to trust. Seeing your homie laying there, guts in the street, eyes opening toward the sky. Blind fucking rage and anger, fear, shame and guilt. If something you did, you think caused this in this chain. All that pus running through you. That's what this shit runs on. And sugar. No, You run on the sugar, but the sugar contributes to the pus. Anyway, because it is such a strong thing that has happened to you, you make good use of that sumbitch. You make good use of it. Whenever you have a similar instance that triggers you, you run it on that pus. That's why you keep putting your hands on that girl. Running on the pus of what you saw happen to your mama, of what you see other men do to their women. Your mama don't love you, so you don't know how to love her. Your mama don't love you, and you just trying to get your mama's love from any woman. In the words of Corey Mosley, shout out to what's up, girl. In the words of Corey Mosley, you in the strip club in there making it rain trying to save your mama. Your mama led with her cooch. She was after money. Metaphorically in a bunch of ways. You trying to save your mama by marrying somebody like her and then using the tools that you were given, one of them unnecessarily and unfortunately is violence, trying to use these tools to help this woman through your class about yourself. Because that's what this pus does. Especially when you don't notice this cross that you're carrying. When you have not taken the time you have not taken the introspection. You have not talked to the Creator about yourself. You won't look yourself in the mirror. You can't half the time because you got on makeup, enough to kill Batman in some cases. So you can't see yourself in the mirror. You can't see yourself through them funky ass huge eyelashes and fingernails. The fuck? You can't see yourself. You can't identify yourself. Because you won't look. That cross is ugly, stank. Jagged rips of wood, huge and splintered, all in and out your being. The pus numbs you to it because you think it's normal because you have not examined it. It is your normal. You won't take a look at it. You won't take a good hard look at it. Why? Because you might have to change, huh? You might have to go say sorry, huh? You might have to stop eating that, smoking that, going there, fucking him, fucking her, driving that, living there. That's a big price to pay, which makes you dependent upon your cross. You need that cross. Wilt, I came up poor. I ain't have nothing. So I need I need 6 pair of Jordans. I need to look at my budget as something I'm supposed to run right up to the edge of that number. I need to find a way to buy too much house and too much car because I was born poor. I need that bling bling watch so I can let niggas know everything is okay and let white folks know that I'm ready to play the game. I need all this shit, bruh. And it's all growing off of that stump of wood that is running up my spine. I am poor. I'm gonna preach about myself in a second on that, Will, about the beats. So here's what must happen. Once you realize, those of us here have already realized, that came to grips with the fact that we as Jedis are carrying our crosses and we are self-analyzing and doing the self-work. The Brother True says avoiding the self-work will just cause more damage. Yes. It's festering. It's allowing things to fester inside you because you won't do the work. To shake your dependence of this cross. You won't come down off the cross of I could have been a better father. I could have been a better mother. At some point, you got to get down from what you did. But the problem is, getting down off that cross requires that you admit the cross is there, you admit what's in it, you admit your flaws because of it, and as you walk down the road, that is the price. Yes. Give me this 0. Admitting your own wrong is the price of admission into redemption. Admitting your wrongs is the price of admission into redemption. Oh, I'm going to get down off the cross. You sure can. You sure can. But there will be no redemption for you. It's not going to happen for you. admitting your own wrongs is the price of admission into redemption. You can rip off of this cross early. Real talk, check this out. You can rip off of the cross early and snatch loose from it. I done broke up with this nigga because I'm tired of niggas living on me. I'm tired of niggas cheating on me. I'm tired of niggas putting their hands on me. I'm not carrying that cross no more. I'm going to rip off of that cross. But when you ripped off the cross, what did you bring with you? Did you bring with you the inability to accurately assess your own self-worth? Did you bring that? Did you bring I got to have the last word and I can't be told shit? And I'm absolutely gonna make you hurt with my words? Did you bring that? Did you bring, I didn't know my daddy, so I don't exactly know what love looks like from a man, and I won't ask men I respect that don't want to fuck me? Did you bring that? Because if you brought that with you, I'm telling you what's gonna happen, Nomad Man. Mr. Jeff Brown, sir. Nobody's strong enough, man enough, woman enough to own their flaws no more. Well, here is what happens, Nomad Man. You rip off of this wood, it's metaphysically magnetic. If you jumped off that cross without the apology and admission, not only will you show up to redemption with no ticket, that is the ticket that metaphysically appears in your spirit when you are honest and sorry about what you did. It is the price of redemption. I'm preaching to me some now. It is the price of redemption. Not from the person you did wrong, from you. If the person you did wrong spits in your fucking face, so that was the price of that ticket. You got to have that in your hand. But that big ass stump that ran up your leg and jagged out through your back when you ripped off, that shit's magnetic. You're going to be back up on that cross just because you didn't really say sorry. You finna be back up there. Because you don't have the guts to rip off of that cross and start pulling out the splinters and jagged wood that still remains because it hurts. The only way, if you're going to rip off that cross early, before apologizing, before dealing with you, the only way to do that is to rip off and be able to withstand the electromagnetic pull of this wood, of this pus, of this evil that is in you, that you got to try to get out on the other side of the apology. You done high hurdle the apology. You done high hurdle the introspection. You done high hurdle the inner work necessary and ripped your ass off this cross and got out here with the rest of the world walking around with their electromagnetic bullshit. And in the middle of that, you're going to try to heal yourself there? Good luck, fat fucking chance with them big pieces. I'm not talking about the little splinters. I'm talking about the big pieces that got you still connected to that cross, no matter how you try to rip off, because you won't deal with the I'm sorry. You better deal with the I'm sorry. You better deal with the I'm sorry. Because that's the only part that you can fix. You can't unbeat your ass. You can't unmolest yourself. You can't unneglect yourself. Your mama, your daddy, that bitch, that nigga, them niggas, that boss, that real estate agent, that coach, that cop, that judge. They can't undo what they did. That uncle, that auntie, that friend of the family cannot undo what they did to you. Nothing will undo it. It is what the fuck it is. Who are you? You got to forgive them for you. Because if you don't, you can't get off the cross without having to come back. Oh, you can get off for a while, but you're going to have to come back if you don't do the big shit. Now, the little shit, oh shit. If so, keep folks like that far away, then they can have their dark cloud of no accountability or rain on them all day. Yes, we on the side with the sun and good weather. Absolutely. Apologizing to everyone but yourself. That's downfall. I'm agnostic. That cross is a crutch folks run in order to avoid self-accountability. Absolutely, Frank. Absolutely. I take you back to the beginning of the show when I told you to use the Bible like we would if I was preaching out of Spider-Man or Iron Man. Because please believe I understand where you coming from. Fuck them shoe booty ass niggas. Believe I understand that. But this cross is metaphysical because it is not about Jesus. It is about crucifixion as a punishment. They did not invent crucifixion for this so-called Jesus. Jesus took the cross the way the LGBTQ took the rainbow. It was there before them. They just hijacked it. Jesus hijacked the cross the way the LGBTQs hijacked the rainbow. Just took it. Just gangstered it. Reading rainbow means something different now. It doesn't. It's gangstered it. There was no vote. I don't remember a vote. This is part and parcel of yes, Brother True. They used it to kill him too. And that cross you bearing is killing your opportunities. It's killing your dreams and your goals and your relationships and your accomplishments and your friendships, your marriages. It's killing all that. So what do we do, Uncle Jeff? How do we handle this now that we understand it? Have the guts. Have the guts and the reality about yourself. To do the inner work to get down off the cross in the beginning, which is the apologies necessary to yourself and others. The recognition. Thank you, Spark One. The get your avatars ready, people. We're gonna go avatar. Y'all already know. The recognition of how something you did affected others, or how something others did affected you that causes you to negatively affect others, and deal with that chain, because that chain is that wooden stump. And your every action is fed and informed by the pus that comes through that that stump, that fetid pus. That's how you get out. But you're still going to deal with micro splinters as long as you are in this flesh. And new pains and new wounds are going to come up through your feet. And it is a constant, now that you are off the cross, peeling them off of you, because if you don't and you sit still, they will grow up in you and you'll be ripping off a brand new cross. Dig that. Yeah. I think I can fuck with it right there. I think we can leave it there. I think that's a wonderful place to yeah, I think this is a great place to open the doors of the church. Let you niggas come on in here and chop it up. Let me go back up here. See what y'all talking about. This groove you hear in the background is produced by me. Whole gang of new beats coming soon. Very soon. Let's see. Okay. I am looking. Here we go. For the No Man Man says, forgiveness always starts with radical acceptance. What up, Ja? Up in here. Frank Green, my people, true. Okay. Left that cross, I still want to see what that's mother. You and me both, bro. Matter of fact, more, look up 280Z Shamu, SHAMU. I want Shamu, and I don't know what kind of motor he's running. But yeah, look that up for me, Zero. I'm gonna go refresh my tea, people. And I think I'm gonna change into another groove. No, I think I like this for us right now. I'll leave this here. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to refresh my tea, and then I expect you some bitches to have populated the, I don't know what happened to Bruce. Pop back in here. I expect y'all in here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. My monkey ass is back. Okay. And now the cast of damn characters. Let me bring y'all all up. What's happening, fellas? What's happening?
What's going on, brother? Peace and love.
Hey, man. Wow, man. You sound good, man. You sound like the radio, nigga.
Yeah, I got a little filter on there.
What'd you do? Would you do something different?
Yeah, I got it running through my sampler.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little Roland SP 404, and you know it does a little vocal sweetening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good, bro. It sounds crisp and warm.
That was the goal. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Let me talk to Frank Green. I should have talked some more car shit before I brought you in or y'all in. But Frank, yeah, I got to somebody. Yeah, Zero. If you could do me a favor and look up 280Z Shamu, just Google it and see if the link comes up, because this car is amazing. Anyway, that's a sidebar conversation. What's on y'all mind about the show today, fellas, and anybody in any order?
Well, the one thing that's on my mind is what happened to them brothers in Mississippi back in January. I'm just catching wind of that, and even though I'm a little late to that party.
Well, me too, bro. Bring us what's up.
So there was two brothers who were renting a home in Mississippi. I guess they went out to a local watering hole, had a good time, came back. A week later, 6 officers show up at their door saying, y'all want to sell drugs and fuck white women? We're going to fuck you. So they proceeded to rape the men, pistol whip the men, tied them up, searched the house for drugs, found nothing, and put a gun in one of the brothers' mouth and pulled the trigger. Now, both brothers survived the incident, right? And they
not the point.
Right. So both brothers survived the incident and got legal counsel. And this is where I start thinking that Benjamin Crump is paid opposition, because, whenever he comes to a southern town when there's been some issues with police violence, I notice that the town isn't uncomfortable that he's there,
Right.
They're not scared that they're not gonna get a conviction or that they've got to toe a line. They're not scared. But when these brothers here in Mississippi hired a lawyer from the nation,
what?
Right. These brothers hired a lawyer from the nation. And as soon as they hired a lawyer and filed suit, then things started happening in that town. They fired and let cops, they fired cops that were on the scene. They've let a few retire. And they're calling for the chief of police to retire, but he's saying he's not stepping down. So there's a whole bunch going on with that right now. That was heavy on my spirit. I just wanted to let the congregation know.
Well, bruh, find a link, because we can talk about that.
Yeah, it's on CNN. Probably had the best coverage because they had the longest video that explained what happened in the house.
Right.
And you can see the brother standing outside of the city hall with the patches still on his body. He's still healing from that gunshot wound. They shot him through the face. Like, it's a wonder he's not paralyzed.
This happened
in January.
I don't know how that got under my radar.
I don't either. And the funny thing is my mother knew about it. And when my mother was telling me, I was like, wait, they got raped and what? It didn't make sense when she told me. And then I saw it on the news when they hired the lawyer. The town got scared and started firing people. So that lets me know, brothers and sisters, if that man comes knocking, if Benjamin Crump comes knocking, if something happens to your family members, turn them away. And matter of fact, one of his lawyers was recently arrested about a month ago. The Lee Majors dude.
Well, bruh, I really don't pay much attention to any of these people.
Hey, brother,
that are paraded out in front of us.
Look, we're at war. I'm looking for saboteurs.
Right.
You know?
Right. So, yeah, I definitely want to get into that. But before that, let's get back on the road with the whole show today about the cross. And again, not from no hold of the boat, go shy. Thank you, Jesus bullshit. I'm talking about from a point of punishment. The way we crucify ourselves for the shit that happened to us and the shit that we did and keeps happening. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? Don't all speak at once. You niggas ain't got nothing to say about this shit?
About the symbolism of the cross?
About, nigga, that's what I've been talking about all day.
Nah, I couldn't find my mute button.
I'm like, shit, these niggas came in here to say nothing.
Nah, man, that's, for me, that was right on time. I don't, about everybody else in their situations, but I got real life going on right now, so you needed to know. Because my question for the longest has been, who, what, why, and where do I keep doing the shit that I might have a problem with doing? And the only way to find that out was to basically trace back what was going on. And since so much shit was going on, it always seemed like something's going the fuck on. So it was really hard to trace. So at the time, it just started feeling like there's something other than being able to trace back some shit that happened. That's part of the healing process or the forgiving process.
Okay.
And just like, well, you keep. I found myself. It's really hard to get out of the situations that I knew were poison, but I was really, really good at dealing with them, but not realizing I'm sitting in poison. I'm trying to cure poison.
Right. Shit. If you sit in shit long enough, it stops smelling.
Yeah, that situation. But my eyes didn't stop working, but it's just like you keep going back and dealing with bullshit. You keep putting yourself in positions and trying to figure out why do you keep putting yourself in these positions was always the tough part.
Well, I want to go a little further with that with you. Is there something that you feel personally that you have decided to move forward with in your life that you haven't forgiven yourself for in that area? And if so, or you haven't apologized for, either one. And if so, can you see the value in forgiving yourself? Is there something that you're dealing with? And you don't have to be specific, just in general. And how is that in general affecting other areas that you'll share? And that's to everybody.
No, I don't have anything that I'm necessarily sympathetic to myself for.
Okay.
I have more like, why do you keep letting these things happen type of situation more than anything. Like trying to understand the pattern. more than anything, if that makes sense.
I know exactly. I really, bruh, you need to get back on the calendar, sir. Because I know, yes, I know exactly what you're saying. I know I can pinpoint exactly what you're saying, but it needs to be said in depth. Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, that's basically what it is. Like, why are you so attracted to trauma? That's basically what it ends up boiling down to. Like, it's because you as a dude, you'd be like, I like to fuck, so I just go fuck with raggedy bitch for a little while. That ain't shit. But then raggedy bitches come with raggedy ass problems that become very expensive.
Yeah, and very bad.
And then when you stop really fucking with raggedy bitches, it's like, all right, well now you fucking with almost kind of raggedy bitches, and you stepped up a level or two, but it's kind of like still like, you don't have to be dealing with this. You know that, right? Like,
well, you're gonna here's your issue, sir, and I'm gonna have to call you out here on the dojo floor and put a whooping on you real quick. You, sir, one, you will not rise above the level you're supposed to and stay there without work. You'll never, you are purposely, young man, taking remedial classes. You are the smart dude that keeps going down over in the special needs class because you like the fucking Jello over there. That's who you are, young man. You go over to the special needs, you know you above this level. But god damn it, there's some good cookies down here.
They put marshmallows in their Jello.
They put them on Tuesday, nigga, macadamia nut cookies. As many as you can eat. So I'm going to come down here and go 4 + 4 is George Washington. Knowing I know not to deal down there, young man.
That's actually the definition of anybody who really believes in that cross. That defines anybody who really believes the whole cross story.
Wow. Okay. Hold that thought. Brother Zero. I'm out on the mat with Master Bruce right now, and I'm gonna call you out on the carpet on that, young man. What say you?
Whether I can say that, I can say that pattern would be true.
Yes.
I can't say I'm not used to being around or trying to keep stuff together, like usually being the glue. So that might have not started at that way, but I can't say that didn't end up becoming the pattern. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well,
so whether it was on purpose or whether it just happened doesn't matter because
sure.
I end up being him regardless.
Okay, well, I tell you what that speaks to, brother. And I can figure it out for you, but it's nobody's business here. There's something, yeah.
Anybody who do that to me, I ain't worried about fucking people.
Okay.
If you think you can use a weapon because you think you know some shit, all right, good luck with that.
Okay. Here's what I think you are guilty of, but I'm going to use me. And let me know if you've heard this story as I go down the line, but I'm still going to tell it. My natural father did not, I knew who he was. I'm in touch with him today. He did not raise me. He was cool with the dude who did, who is not my brother's father. So and that sounds like a riddle.
Nah, it just
You
it was
with me?
the dude that was in the house wasn't neither one of y'all daddy.
Right. And not at first. My mother was baby mama 1.0, that generation of the 60s when they stopped sending girls down south when they got pregnant. They're right there.
Yeah.
She loved my father, but she married my father's brother. This dude was a fucking tyrant. He used to beat my mama till candy fell out. This nigga was horrible. But he never put his hands on me because my grandfather told him that he would kill him. And as I've mentioned before, my grandfather was a hitman for the Black Mafia in the 40s and 50s. The backlash of that was he was always cruel to me and told me that I could never be a Marine because I had asthma when I was little. So, cut to, I grow up, cut to, I'm a senior in high school. All kind of chaos going on at home. All kind of crazy shit happening in my life. I would do dumb shit like this. I would not turn in homework, not do much classwork, and then ace the final. Nigga, that's a D. That's a whole bunch of potential with no fucking discipline or motivation. Well, I had horrible grades until the ASVAB, the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery test, the test you take to join the military, came out. When that popped up, I scored third highest in my school and in the top 3% of the state in the year of 81-2 when I took it. Oh shit, what's up, Frank Green? Sit tight. I took it and I had every branch of the armed services on my porch. Every branch. The Navy was the first to go because of them undignified ass uniforms. I was not wearing that shit. The Army was next because all the niggas joined the Army. I had an uncle that was in the Air Force, but I didn't join the Air Force. I joined the Marines because this nigga told me I couldn't. I didn't think to stay in Chicago, and I had to get out of Chicago because I was halfway decent looking, nice with my hands, and I didn't carry a gun. That means you're gonna get some girl pregnant and get shot. That's what's gonna go down out here. Either one of them is you got to get out of here. So I had to get out of Chicago. But I could have got out of Chicago by bringing my grades up in a community college and then going in that route. I didn't. I went and became a Marine. I got stationed out here in California. Man, when I tell you, a haven of beautiful, young, single women of every fucking shade. I fall in love with a girl who has a 2-year-old boy. What am I doing? It hit me many years later that I was using my life to rewrite my mother's past. And I had no idea that that was what was happening until I examined my subconscious and what I was doing carrying this cross. What I'm submitting to you is that if we talk about it long enough, we can figure out what it is you're fixing. but it has nothing to do with right now, and it has all to do with this pattern that you're telling me that you're in. Does that make sense? Everybody, and go.
All right, so let me say something, because what you're saying leads right into my point, right?
Cool.
As soon as I said it, I noticed Chewmonger came on, and he says he said there's a lesson being avoided or missed, could be why you struggle with similar things, right? So about 30 years ago, as I was traveling the burning desert sands, I discovered something. I learned, I got some information dropped on me about that cross, right? And what I came to learn was that we erroneously think it's like two sticks with a man pent on it, right? But it represents the crossroads of decision, the ability to make clear, conscious decision, right? So what I was saying earlier about that cross is that a lot of people believe it as it's been taught to them through the Bible. You understand? But it's a lot deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? It's a crossroads. It's like it's like that spot in the middle of the cross where we get stuck on what decision to make. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it really represents, you know, at its core. It's not just a man pinned up on two sticks. It's arrested development. That's what the symbol actually represents. Another thing that I learned as I was crossing them sands was about what the devil is, right? So there's two natures of the devil, right? There's Satan, right? And then there's Lucifer, right?
Right.
Lucifer is heat. Lucifer is like when you just jumping off the chain in your decision making, where you not cool running, where you just, you know, you pop off at the top, you know, those bad decision makers that you see that kind of follow that line, right? Satan is fear. Satan is the inability to make a decision. You know, you got one cat, he'll just jump off and just do something without thinking. Then you got the other cat who just doesn't have the ability. He's frozen in his boots. But all of these are all aspects of what devil is and our inability to make clear, conscious decisions or good decisions.
So,
we either pop.
Let me expound on that to get back to the devil in composite. Then that devil in composite leads to incompletion, leads to ruin, leads to death, leads to not being effective, leads to losing, leads to the negative end, leads to lack, leads to soreness, leads to disease. Because
indecisiveness,
right,
you know, that's
you either are jumping out impulsively, following your lower level vibration shit to make a decision, which is just as bad, or which is the other is as bad or worse when you make no decision at all, and that equals the devil. That's some funky shit right there, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
stuckness, you know,
exactly, stuckness. So let's I don't know if we're going to examine it as a devil from Master Bruce's point of view, but I would love to hear your thoughts on that, since we kind of sick this on whatever is your get down.
Yeah, I'm the one shared. I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, that would. I mean, that's fine because it's just low. It's just the lower self. It's not saying nothing that don't make sense. Like, it's like when I first got on here with you, and you was like, "Well, you ain't finding no marriage. Ain't no marriage material at no bar or no club."
No.
That's not where you find them, right? So if you kept, If you kept going, if you keep going, then what are you doing? And it's not like when you do weird shit that you're not supposed to be doing, you don't feel bad for a second before you do it. Like, I'm about to go to this fat bitch house because this other bitch didn't answer the phone. Like, you know damn well that feeling pops up, and I'm aware with that because when I was a kid and come in the house before those street lights come on, and you come in the house a couple minutes after, and pops will go, so it's fuck me then, right? What do you mean? No, you said fuck me. That's why you late. What time are you supposed to come in here before the street lights come on? So you know what times, you know when the street lights come on, you know when it started to get dark. So you just decided to say fuck me. I'm gonna stay out 10 minutes more, and now you late because fuck me, right? Now you remember at your house, at your friend's house when you was outside or wherever you was at, you remember having a feeling like, it's getting late. Let me play one more game real quick. You remember the feeling, knowing your ass should have left right then. And that's what he was referring
where you
to.
fucked up.
Right. And so once you put those two together, yeah, you was doing some shit you ain't had no business doing against the wishes of the agreement that you made, which is basically a fuck you to the person you made the agreement with, which in this scenario would be dad. And that feeling, as you get older, it's now you're not a kid, so now you feel bad for doing it because you are fully aware you wasn't supposed to be doing whatever even in that split decision before you did whatever it was, you had the feeling and you know what it is, or at least I know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I know the feeling right before some fuckery is about to happen.
Right. Now, do you feel this feeling at the beginning before, how can I put this? Do you feel this feeling at the beginning of the pattern? Like, do you feel like, here we go?
Nah, it's only once you're aware. Like, once I'm aware of some shit, then it's like, all right, now you know. You can't hold yourself accountable for some shit you don't know.
Okay.
So, like,
here's stop right there. Here's what I want to do. I want to get to the bottom of right when you knew. Now, you want to get on calendar with that, or you want to? I mean, do you really want to share that?
I'm not tripping. I don't. If I'm in class, I'm in class. This still about this. I bet my man already heard me talking on this motherfucker, so ain't nothing else near one of you niggas can do.
That's why I dig this brother. That's why I dig this young brother.
Yeah, man.
I dig this brother too, man.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting, Unc.
Oh, come on in, man. Come on in.
I've been playing with my avatar. I'm trying to get an avatar like y'all brothers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fly with y'all avatars. You know, I'm trying to download my motor and everything. And it just ain't acting right now.
You do understand that all the avatarless Frank have to get clowned. Okay.
Go ahead, Unc.
Oh no,
you didn't did it before, so
yeah,
go ahead.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know, young Jedi. It ain't just it's when you least expect it. It's gonna happen because you don't have an avatar and everyone else here does. That's all you got to do. Is look, bam.
I just got a new phone. I'm trying, Unc. That's why I kept jumping in and out. You know, I was trying to hook my avatar up. I'm like, you know what? I got to chop it up with Unc real quick. You know, we talking that 280Z LS motor style like we used to. You didn't kick me off your phone many times in the past, and that's a good thing to me.
Okay,
but,
I think I pissed off my FBI agent. My shit kept disconnecting.
Okay, well, hold the motor talk. Hold the motor talk. I want to get to we in some deep shit right now with
Let me say one thing real quick, Jeff. Just one thing,
Sure.
and I'm gonna fall back. All right. So the other thing, there's a little bit more to that detail that I was dropping earlier, right? Because I mentioned the devil, right?
Yeah.
So Pete, what I learned about the devil, right? The devil, or Dios Balus, right? That means God of rebellion, right?
Right.
And all devil means is the God that within you that's in rebellion to the higher God within you.
Right.
That's all a devil is. It's not no spooky spirit. It's like the polarity in you that's in rebellion to the shit that you know off the top is right or is in order. It's that part of you that just go out of order just to be out of order, or because you indecisive, or because you too hot headed and you jumping the gun. That's
Can
all
I
it
give
is.
an easy example that everybody understands?
Sure.
It's like when you go through a dry spell and you don't have no bitches, and then all of a sudden you get you one. You got you a little girlfriend, and every bitch want to talk to you all of a sudden. You only been with a girl for like a month, so you ain't that serious. But all of a sudden, it's that feeling. Like,
Well,
if I get this number, it's not technically wrong.
well, here's what happens. Here's what happens. When you get this girl, your light changes. Your energy changes because you have this girl. Now, the trick is to have the energy without the girl. That's the real shit. The niggas you see that can't shake women, always got one. It's because they have the energy before the girl. When you get into a situation where especially from a male female standpoint of when it rains it pours, it has to do with the energy you exude when you're around feminine energy. So it's not even so much being with you can recharge that energy platonically if you put yourself in places with feminine energy and be cool and courteous to women. Okay. Make me a banner if you can, Zero. Oh shit. Oh, I wish y'all could see what's happening right now.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question real quick about that?
Yes, sir. Shoot away.
Can that also be equated to carrying a cross when you have the necessity or the need to always have that feminine energy, even though that, that might be the wrong person you're with, but you need that crutch as well to make you feel like you're complete, even though that person's bad for you? Can that also be a cross that you're trying to carry around and it's heavy?
Well, your question, while loaded, because you gave me your answer before I asked the question, which is something I would normally let fly, but since your monkey ass don't have an avatar, see how I did that? See how I did that with the you are absolutely right, brother. That is one of the biggest crosses. That's one of the biggest crosses, and so many of us find ourselves. Mute yourself because I don't give a damn what your dog got to say. So many of us are on that very cross frame. So many of us make it about being with the wrong one, or not appreciating the one we had, or It's yeah. Shut your damn dog up and expound. Yeah, unmute and expound after you shut up your little funky dog with your no avatar having ass. Now go ahead.
Yeah, I had to put Bumpy outside real quick. My bad. But
Bumpy?
yeah,
Like, whoa,
Bumpy. Yeah,
your
Bumpy had
dog
to get put out.
sometimes is fucking dope, bro.
But yeah, but yeah, like you said, yeah, I think that a lot, especially today, and I'm seeing it more and more with I told you about my nephews back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember, but we had a nice conversation about my nephews and how one was doing good and one was on a path to
Yes.
just yeah. So to capitalize off that story, I don't know if you remember, but now he has a young lady, and I told him,
Hey,
dude, you gotta let
which one?
junior boy,
The one on the good path or the one on the bad path?
the one that was on the good path.
Mm-hmm.
And now he has this young lady, they used to mess around back when they was in high school, and now they finally hooked up, but he's in his early 20s now. And she has a 1-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already jumping into stepdaddy mode without understanding the path of fatherhood, truly.
Mm-hmm.
And he jumped into that relationship right after another one. And I told him, look, son, you don't need to do that. You need to take care of yourself, grow into yourself, establish your finances, establish your foothood, because you can't just be laying up on this broad and then come back to my daddy house, which is your granddaddy house, and think you just finna lay around and have this chick in the back room all damn day.
Okay. 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 Hold on. Zero, help me out. If you could go in and get rid of, okay, I'll get rid of that one. Yeah. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Okay, make me a banner that says the council deliberates, and deliberates in all caps. Okay. For the remaining, I'm gonna go a little longer in the show. Because I like to really end at about 2:20. I really want to delve into that. Yeah.
I put the link to the story in the chat, people.
Cool. Okay.
Let me try to grab it and pin it.
Okay. Let me see. Oh shit! I accidentally deleted that zero. Put that back in for me, please. Council liberates and deliberates. ... We gonna and there's not. Just take your time. Doesn't matter because there's no music behind it. I can edit this later. But yeah, bruh. We about to get in on your nephew real quick. Let me jump in and tell you, and I want your feedback and the other elders on here. Okay. This is what I would say.
I'm going to just take a page out of the Zometheus book and say, the brother needs to stop long enough to recognize there is a problem.
Okay. I'm not.
I mean, the young
That's a little. Yes.
the nephew.
That's a little ready, fire, aim. A little late for that. Here's what I would say. Nephew, congratulations on your love It's a hard fucking thing to find. And you're in a nurturing class now. You're a gardener of this family. You're the gardener. You'll till this family. If you're going to do this with this young lady, this is the one that you have chosen, that you're going to get serious about moving into the future and becoming this king you say we all come from. Well, here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to find that baby's daddy. And you and he and that woman must come to the agreement that the three of you are going to band together and bust your ass for that boy. If you can't do that, I say to you in your face, young man, you on some bullshit and you understand exactly why. Because that boy is more important than either of the three of y'all. He is supposed to weather this unfucked. And it is your supreme duty as a black man, as an elder. You have taken on this responsibility, and there's another elder. Where is he on this responsibility? And are you linking yourself to a sinking ship? That I'm asking you. Is the pussy that good, son? That's what I'm asking you. You need to find out if the pussy is that good.
Or is it just convenient?
No, that's 100, and that's a fact. And at the same time, he's
Get me
Gen
to
Z.
that
He's
boy.
young in the game. He's young in the game, and he don't understand exactly what he's going through right now. Because I mean, even the woman that he's dealing with, his ex, who's also Gen Z, they're always into it for past discrepancies within their older relationship. This little girl literally sent photos of them doing certain things to the new girl, well, the old chick, well, the chickie with, to her mama. I mean, that is some petty, immature. And I'm like, dude, you're not at that level to where you can deal with not only yourself, but women.
Okay, slow down.
And
Slow down. Are you telling me his ex sent pictures of him and her having sex to his present girlfriend's mother?
yes, ain't that a the level of immaturity and pettiness on this next generation? And I warned him about this. And the thing is, like you just said, you have to establish a relationship with that mother, with that person's father of their own children.
Does he
I'll give
have
you an
any
example. I'll give
children?
you an example real quick.
Does your nephew have any children?
No,
Holy
thankfully.
shit.
Thankfully,
Okay,
he doesn't.
Stop talking. This has to happen. Brother. Like the dope man. The first hit's free. I will give your nephew a free 1 hour counseling if you can get him on a Zoom. We'll take a Zoom. We need to talk about this. What right now here? I'm not the only wise man on the panel. I don't need to hear right now any more from you than this because of how much you have bitten off, bro. You brought a goddamn bison in here. We need to quickly, if we can, all the wise man in here take a stab at their thoughts on this situation.
Oh man, yeah.
And you're right, Unc. And I've tried, and it's like, even with my old man, he's older now. He's in his late 60s, and it's like he's not reinforcing the same things that he put into me because he's in granddaddy mode.
Right. Okay. Hold all that. Hold on. Hey, Frank. Hold all that. That's a whole nother animal. Okay, we got to deal with this bison you done threw in here. I know you got another one laying in the snow. Hold on a minute. Fellas, from a standpoint of his nephew and elders in the room on this, what say you?
Why is he fucking with a girl that got a kid in the first place?
Okay, hold on.
Same
That's Bruce.
thing.
Say that again, Bruce.
Why is he fucking with a girl that got a kid in the first place? Like,
And Brother Bruce, let me reiterate. It's the same chick that he was messing with in his high school years who left him and then came back with a baby.
Okay. All right.
Oh, she Forrest Gump the nigga.
Oh,
She
I
Jenny
was just about to say she Jenny the
She
nigga.
Jenny his ass. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, you can't.
shit.
There ain't nothing you can do about that but make fun of him for the rest of his life until he figure it out.
Tell him to run.
I told him you don't want to listen.
Maybe he'd
You just
understand that.
Jenny.
Hey, you
time
know,
you see him
hard
with
head
her,
make
you
a soft
just
ass,
Jenny.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm old school, so I'm at this point. I'm like, okay, you know what? Go ahead.
But it takes a
You-
lot of
I don't want to
maturity
let you go
something
here
like
with
that.
what you're doing, but go ahead. Since you know better than me, go ahead.
Somebody missed the defense against the dark arts classes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what that is. That's straight voodoo. Right
And
there, you know what I'm
and it's
saying?
and like I said, it's also coddling. His mama coddled him, his granddaddy coddled him, and his grandmama coddled him. And I remember when I was in kind of the same situation about like 15 years ago.
How old
I
are
didn't
you,
get
Brother
coddled.
Frank? How old are you?
I'm knocking on 40. I'm
Okay.
38.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So I'm right there at the point where I'm like, okay, I'm putting in work, and man, I ain't got too many shits left to give.
Right.
So you know, even to the point where when I try to talk to them a certain way, here come his mama. Don't talk to them like that. Don't say that like that. Stop being mean. No, they need to hear the goddamn truth.
Hold on. I think I've come upon a problem I can solve. How old is this young man?
22.
22. Here's my question to you. Why are you talking to him like a man in front of women?
Oh, that's the thing. I always pull him to the side. He go back and tell him what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, he a girl.
Stop.
Hey, not bad.
Stop. I got this, and then I'm gonna let everybody. I got you. And I'm gonna let
Now he go
everybody
back
in.
and tell
Hold
him what I
down.
said, and then I
Hold
get a
on.
phone call like 2 days later. Why you
Stop.
talking to him like that? No.
Stop. This is what has to happen. This dude sounds like he's on a bit of a simp journey.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay. You cannot affect that. Unfortunately, this happens to a lot of good dudes, is that it's rare that a good dude is raised by a hard man that takes the simp edge off without making him an asshole. That's the tip of the spear. Your nephew has not had the other side of the spear groomed. So he gonna have that scraped against the fucking ground.
Yeah, at this point, all you can really do is be there when he falls because you know it's gonna happen.
And I've always been there when he falls because his daddy wasn't about shit back in the days.
Right.
I mean, when my sister first got pregnant back in the earth, in fact, she's damn near the only single mother on my side of the family. And she got hooked up with this pook ass, ain't shit ass dude. And for the most part of my nephew's life, it was only me and my daddy that's being that stronghold of manhood in his life. Look, work, take care of your business, make some money. Yes, I mean, does he work? Yes, he's been working since he was 16 years old. I'm proud of that. He keeps money in his pocket. But his way of thinking when it comes to hanging out with his little dumbass partners who ain't got shit going for themselves, and it's like I'm gonna Try to give them the game on how to, talk to women and how to get it in without, with actual interaction, not this social media shit. Interact with the person. Do something. Have a hobby. Be interesting.
But
Have something that the ladies actually want to talk to you about, because at the end of the day, they not that damn interesting.
but the thing is, their generation don't interact with people.
They don't.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. What I will say is this: we don't, as men, as fathers, as uncles, as brother-in-law, none of that. There is not a whole class that we teach.
Yeah.
Like, what was your conversation with him and harlots? Not just going to get pussy, but him and the power of a whore and how to avoid it. Why a relationship with a woman that has kids when you absolutely don't is just a bad arrangement all the way around. There's no win for you here.
Well, it takes a certain level of maturity to even deal with that.
No, I'm just saying the conversation that we have in general, like all of us. How many of our fathers, our uncles, our men that we looked up to had the horror conversation, not the birds and the bees conversation, not the don't be fucking without a rubber conversation.
My father said this. My father said this when I was a kid, and it always stuck. He said, you can always lose money chasing women, but you'll never lose women chasing money.
But that's not a horror conversation.
Baby, can you step out the room real quick? I gotta say something.
That's just something you say about chasing women. That's just a way to control your dick.
That has nothing to do.
Your pockets.
That has nothing to do with what you catch.
Nah.
Right. That has nothing to do with the difference between this is a whore, son.
I understood it as that. I understood it as that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like when he said it to me like that, I took it as, like, there are women out there that'll just drain you. They'll use you until there's nothing left, and then go on to the next nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And what do you call them?
A succubus.
Oh, they got many names.
Oh, there's many names. There's many names.
Okay, gentlemen, hippity hop, mob stop. Here's the point that Bruce is making: is that this very conversation we're having, we don't have in front of 5 young black men. We don't have in front of on your 16th birthday, your Uncle Zero, your Uncle Jeff, your Uncle Frank, your Uncle Bruce, and your Uncle True, and your Uncle Spark are going to all come through and have a little talk with you. And it's this.
And you're right on.
We do not do that. We need
absolutely
to start.
Right. We need to start doing it again, because I remember when I was 15, 16 years old, and I came to my old man, I was like, Pops, my Johnson burning.
Oh man.
And we had that conversation. He was like, oh, you've been putting your where it don't belong. Yeah. I bet you ain't gonna do it again. You better put a helmet on that soldier.
Yeah.
We had that conversation, and he taught me about, look, if it smell this way, if it do this, that I remember that was one of the first real conversations about sex me and my old man ever had. And they were like, yeah, your shit is like a burnt match tip right now. Who was you messing with, and what was you doing? You better clean it up, and you better not touch her again. Right. And recognize when you meet somebody like her again, don't you do it again. There's always signs that will tell you this ain't the one. Now, you can take that with a grain of salt, but boy, your ass gonna be back there at the clap doctor.
There's
you
that,
keep on
and then
messing around.
there's the other half of the conversation that needs to be had too, because I just figured out something I heard that I've been hearing for a long time. Single women keep women single.
Oh, sure.
Women keep women single. I didn't know what the hell that meant. It sounded good, but you don't know what it means. If that boy is being raised by a bunch of women, that when you come in the room and tell the boy the truth, and women go, you're being mean. Oh, that's because y'all done did the same shit and wish the motherfucker come over here and save y'all. Y'all don't want, and it'd be that, or you don't want to be judged. So that's why women don't trip off body counts, knowing damn well their body count be higher. So the girl with only 10 in the room you got 30 or 40, you want hers to be as high as yours, so that way you don't get judged the same way she getting judged right damn now.
And here's the
Just little
sad part
shit
about
like
it.
that.
Go ahead. Here's the
Okay,
sad part about it. Most of those women are their aunts, mothers, their own family members telling them that shit. It's not, you know, the outside. No, it's women that they deal with on a regular basis.
Well,
Yeah. I got a nephew, my little nephew, he just turned 18. Full scholarship, he trying to get a full scholarship. I think he might have got one from 2 colleges or whatever. But the boy, everybody know he a football player, like one of the little stars in the town. So he was telling me in some apartments he was in, there's some stripper bitches that was talking about when he turned 18, they'll throw him a stripper party. Like, come talk to me anytime type shit. He walk up bragging to me about the shit, like the shit was cool. And I was like I was supposed to high five him about the shit. I said, where that bitch at? And he looked at my face and was like, she live over, let's walk over there. Cause that bitch ain't got no business talking to you. And what the fuck, what are you smiling for?
Drumming up business.
What is this whore doing talking to you? What's up with that? What is this bitch on? And he just was confused. I'm like, this bitch should have hellish shit to do all day, and she's talking to a 17-year-old waiting for you to turn 18 to do what? Exactly. Fuck wrong with this bitch? And he was just looking at me. I'm like, nah, because you have to understand that there's something going on here. You think it's just a cute bitch talking to you. She understands something else. And she did that on purpose. So now she needs to know not to even talk to you ever. I don't give a fuck if you was 45. This is a whore. You have shit to do. You can't do both. That's not how that's gonna work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Sex, well, death. We was talking about this the other day.
sure, being able to be responsible with who it is that you do that with and what that's supposed to mean. But what I'm gonna have to say, brothers, is and I damn it, I refuse to believe it. I believe that the men you are trying to mold, that like myself, the men you are trying to be are special men. Special men have to demand specialness of themselves to attract special women. All this special shit that I hear Frank talk, that I hear Bruce talk, you niggas don't talk like regular niggas. You talk like if I had a nephew in either of your cities, I would refer them to you. You are young men that speak with wisdom. You got to turn these dudes, and your dude is not ready yet, Frank. He gonna have to bump his head some more. Let that happen, but be ready to turn him into a light, because he can be. He can be. He just gonna have to get his fucking heart stomped, and she gonna have to wipe her ass with his soul. It's gonna take that first. But after that, you got to be there to be the light and turn him into one. But you can't do that until you discount horrible broads. Period.
That's
You are
interesting that you said that way, Brother Jeff, because the light, when you break down that word, it's the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You really got to break down and give them the knowledge. Knowledge empowers, you know?
You can guide them, you just can't stop them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You figure out who the baby daddy is.
And you can't give the knowledge, man. It's something you got to experience, you know. Like it's not nothing you can give. You know, you can pass a word, that he might hold in his head as he going through the experience, and he'll make the decision himself when he on that crossroad, because we all bear our own cross. You know, you can't bear it for him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all on him, but he gotta have that experience to really, really, truly feel and understand, you know, what's going on. And it ain't no book knowledge, and it ain't nothing you can tell a man on earth that's gonna give him what he needs to make
That is
the proper
exactly
decision.
that. Wow.
And
He's
when
gotta
he
have that
call
come to
you,
Jesus moment.
when he call you about whatever he call you about, absolutely don't play. Be as pissed off as you could possibly be. So that way he know not to even play with you, like not to play with nobody like that. This shit is serious, bro. This shit is serious that you doing. You gonna call, you gonna need some help. Either keep it all to yourself or figure it out. Because I'm telling you, if I come over there fixing your problem, it's going to be very serious, son. Very serious. I don't have time to play with you. I love you too much, and somebody should love her the same. Y'all need to stop playing.
Has he even spoken to the
Murder,
baby father? Has he spoken to the baby's father?
Is Frank there? Frank, you
Hey,
there?
Frank,
Oh shit, they done got Frank.
he's still in the room, but I guess he might be down or whatever.
Yeah, he might be down.
So
No.
I had one thing I was gonna say to the brother. Like, yeah, that brother needs to have that come to Mises moment. That moment when we've all had them. Like everybody's had that with some woman in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Where
Right.
you know we overextended ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And they took full advantage, and you had to learn from that. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be there when he falls, because he's gonna fall hard. Because especially with the pettiness coming from the other side, because that one knows he's being manipulated. But the naked pictures to the mama, that's
Hey, there's an elephant in the room as to why. There's an elephant in the room as to why. He was saying that all the women in the picture, he's going back reporting to them, and they are
game involved.
arguing against the men.
Because
And
he
I'm
wants
gonna
to do
tell
what he
you
wants.
what it is.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, yo. It's because he's making money, and they taking money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the root. You know what I'm saying? It's because that young man is making money, and everybody that's like saying that the uncles or the people that's making sense is saying the wrong thing or talking to him the wrong way. It's because they taking money. And
Does
that's
that make
another
sense,
element
Frank?
that's very deep. That's
Well-
a deep element right there.
Okay. Well, Frank, when you come back, unmute yourself. I think this is, if there is any appeal to be made to this young man, it is this way. I was gonna say something close to what Bruce said. Look, we grown ass men here. I may have to tell you something that you keeping it to your damn self could mean your life, my life, our lives, or someone else's life. So I need to know
Is she awake?
that you're gonna keep
Okay, yeah, take
your
away.
fucking talk hole shut when it comes.
Okay, but I still gotta
You gonna keep your goddamn talk hole shut when it comes to dealing with your mama. Now, if I wanted to tell your mama, I'd tell your mama. I'm a man talking to you, and I don't mean shit else but this. Now we gonna either get that straight, or we don't have to speak.
We ain't got to do it.
Yeah, have you talked to him about that? About him running back
I'm
and
sorry,
telling
gentlemen.
everybody?
Yeah, I got sidetracked, and they did put me
Yeah,
out.
man, he's got to know there's game involved. You can't compare it. You know, you trying to spit some game while he repeating it like a parrot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Now-
what we were talking about, Frank, is your nephew to bring you up to speed. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna drag Bruce back out on the mat. Just I can't even put it. He put it perfect. Just repeat yourself.
When he call you for help or advice, give him the rawest version of you that you can give him to let him know you are not playing about him at all. About him or yourself at all.
Agreed.
And OG, that's
Absolutely.
exactly in our last conversation, which was about
hold
a
on,
few weeks ago.
Hold on. Oh, hey, oh. You gotta let him finish. Let him finish. Do not interrupt. Let him finish. Keep going, Bruce.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just so he'll know that I don't approve of the situation. You're in a very serious situation, man. Like everything you do from now on is very serious. You don't understand. You do something wrong to that kid, and the mama say something because she mad at you to that daddy. Your life is in danger now.
Yep.
You have just put yourself in a situation that you have no control over at all, no say so in. So if when you deal with stuff like this, you putting a lot of people in jeopardy. So running to your mama and them and all of that, they're not helping you. I come. And when I come, I'm not playing. So I suggest you figure it out yourself before you call anybody or tell anybody about your business, especially before it gets to me. Because I'm not playing. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm not playing.
And be at him that fucking hard on some throw hands type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really is that serious, Frank. We are talking about from what the picture you painting is you got a simp in a den of witches.
Uh-oh.
And no good can come of that.
Yes, sir.
He is in a den of witches. And this this scenario that Frank just gave, bruh, that or no, excuse me, that Bruce just gave. This scenario Bruce just gave, it could happen Wednesday.
Shit happen all the time.
It could happen over the 4th. Some niggas was over. This nigga said this to his girl, slapped her. Your nephew's girl didn't like it and didn't like what he said. So she go to your nephew and tell your nephew to step to this nigga. And your nephew is like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck I
That's
got
the
to
root
do
of
with this?
all.
And
That's the root of
can
all
I
gang
go on
conflict
here
right
respond
there.
real quick? I'm gonna tell you
Sure.
another story. We haven't spoken in about a month and a half because I did just that. I told him, you know what? Hang up the phone. Call me back when you get your shit together. When you get a haircut, you trim your beard up, and you goddamn get your mind right. Because the boy riding around in a vehicle with 2 bullet holes in the side of the damn thing.
Mm.
And I told him it's probably your ex-broad. She done called your people and put pictures out there. It's deep. When I say it's deep, it's deep. I have talked to him. I try to. And I just had to throw my hands up. Like, look, man, I don't know what you're going through right now. I wish you would talk to me about it like we used to when you was a little younger. But now you smell yourself. You got this piece of ass in front of you that's just throwing it at you. She done came back. You just got out of a relationship. She tried to goddamn put you in jail behind some bullshit. And then you leave. You come back to my parents' house, my daddy's house. You living in my old bedroom right now. And you laying up there, yes, you got a job, but you're not helping out around the house. Hell, when I was there, as soon as I turned 18, I had to pay a little rent, help out with the groceries. Still had to take care of the yard duties and all that. Still work on the car, still help out my mom. And my daddy, he helping out my granny. She's 100 years old, so we over there all the time looking out for my granny.
Hey,
and
Frank,
you laying up with this. I'm trying not to get passionate about it, but the boy
Frank.
fucking up, and I just had to wash my hands real quick.
Sound like he just like learning lessons the hard way.
Well,
are you ready to pay the Undertaker?
I'm not. That's why I'm on his ass.
All right, so if you ain't ready to pay the Undertaker, then you gonna have to put them paws on him then. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to
I
get them
know,
right.
I know,
You're
I
gonna have
know.
to get them right by
Hey,
any
hey,
means necessary if you
my
ain't ready
uncle
to
used
pay.
to knock the wind out my damn chest when I was a kid. It got my mind right though, and we was cool after that. Hell, we still cool to this day. I can call my uncle. My uncle know the situation because I talked to him. You know, now that I'm older, I talk to him. He's in his 60s, but he's like, yeah, son, you're right.
Okay,
You sound like me
okay,
back in the days. Remember, I was
okay.
telling you everything. Now you
Back
seeing
up.
it again. I don't have
Slow
any
down.
sons.
Slow down, brother. Slow down. Here's what I think should happen. I think that what we're doing here today as a council of men, you need to get a council of men together on this brother's behalf. You, your uncle, and maybe 2-3 other cats close to his age, maybe. And in love, come to this brother. We have to intervene on one another's behalf.
Yeah, he needs some intervention.
This needs that, yes.
Hey, Josh Hawkins said he needed to hear this, so it was for him and whoever needed to hear it. You know.
Yes.
You know?
We need to intervene in times like this because we need to have the guts to alter the future.
Indeed.
It takes guts to alter the future. And that's what we're doing here. We are being audacious enough to say that we see a mistake being made. We can see, we are wisdom. We are the elders. We are the wise ones here. You, me.
Back to the future.
We are, yes, we can see it, brother. We can see calamity about to strike. And we are going to get in the way of it as elders are supposed to. This is your duty. This is a duty that I'm going to be arrogant enough to charge you with. Yeah, I'm going to be that fucking arrogant, Brother Frank. As a listener of me and Zoe, brother, you're an elder. This is a challenge to you to step up into the elder position. And me and all the brothers and all the niggas we run with are here for you as much as we can be.
Right.
To help you to get some niggas from around the way that got some sense in their fucking head and come in and deliberate as a council on his behalf. Bruh, we in your business because we care. We in your business. If you can, I told you, if you could get a Zoom together, I'll do it over the Zoom. I'm only in your business because I love you and I love the future. We have to do this. You have to know that all these men here, and give him all the time he needs to speak, all these men here are here not to get in your business. Nigga, I live thousands of miles from you, but you are the future and I love you. And these are the mistakes we made. We don't want you to make them. So if nothing else, brother, in the words of Sugar Mac 10, a hard head make a soft ass. You go if you want to do that now, understanding that the Creator brought us together to speak to you. If you want to do that, you can't say you wasn't told and you weren't told from the universe and you weren't told from God or whatever you want to call it. But we come on behalf of the living Most High and tell you the right way, and what you doing, nigga, ain't it.
And they keep going you out the family, nigga, because ain't nobody
Peace
saying
to
we
the
ain't doing
ball.
car washes.
Peace to the
Right.
balls.
I'm
Right.
gonna keep it 100. That's how I'm at my garage meetings. All my family meetings, nigga. If you under the umbrella, we'll help you.
Hey,
Ain't
we
nothing
got your
wrong with
shelter.
doing wrong. But if you wrong and you just want to be wrong, you can't do that around my people, the family, none of that. I'm telling the family, you out the family, nigga. They better help you in the underground. Because if I see you at any barbecue, any auntie, grandma, anybody house, there's no help. They can't help you for me. And I'll have all the bad motherfuckers in the family. Hey, look, we might have fucked up when we was younger, but you don't get to.
You don't
That's
get to.
over.
Exactly. That's something
That's
my granddaddy
over.
always put in me.
And if you want to, go do that shit out of town or something where nobody has to give a fuck about you. Because I don't want to hear it. I don't want your shit on my
That's why I say
phone.
I'm a third. Cool. I don't have any sons. I have daughters, but that's my nephew, and I look at him like my son. And I'm trying to instill the same things that my grandfather. I hold my my elder's name, my last name, and I don't want him to fall victim to some bullshit that he can avoid just by listening.
Okay, stop there, brother. Stop there.
Go ahead.
I have to stop you. I have to stop you. You don't get to share your feelings with us today. It's not fair.
Am I in the room?
Who's in? You don't get to share your feelings with us today until you can come back and say either A, I got my uncle and 2 more men and we meeting him on X day, or B, off of YouTube and in private on a private Zoom, Uncle Jeff, I need you to get some niggas together because I'm going to bring my nephew. That's your assignment. And after that, we can talk about how you feel. Right now, you got marching orders. You have to do one or the other or both. If this is what your nephew means to you, and I feel that, then all the rest of this talk is some shit women do. Men take action. Here's the action. We can all agree, and yes, somebody let me know if I'm off here. We can all agree that one of these ways works, yes? And that there is no other, okay, let's back off of Bruce's ways. Don't tase him and throw him in the trunk on some fucking zero shit. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the best peaceful way to do this is either A, get your uncle that you know made some goddamn sense, some of your boys, and maybe some younger cats they know, and y'all come together as a unit of men and talk to this brother, or the cats that's here, I'll set the Zoom up myself and we'll talk to him. One or both of those has to happen because it is the most powerful action you can take. And you are a man and you have to do it, Frank, that you have been charged with that, brother. With all the power and love that I can bring your way, I'm trying to help avoid what you're trying to help avoid, which is what Bruce has so lovely illustrated and you validated with the bullet holes in this young man's car. It is me as the funky ass leader of this council that from that high, I charge you with this, brother. This is something you have to do. This is something that the rest of us are going to hold you accountable to. You must save your nephew.
Digital drop squad.
Hey, Frank, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you know if your nephew's had a conversation with the baby's father?
No.
At any point?
No.
Also,
I've asked him. I don't know if he's telling me the truth or not. But I've asked him. I'm like, well,
No, I'm just saying because if he's gonna be with that woman, it's vital for him to have a conversation with that dude to try to get stuff.
And I've told him that. I've told him that. I mean, I literally just was at a kid's party, my stepdaughter's party, and me and her daddy, we shake hands, we drank together, chill together, smoke together. I mean, it's we're beyond that.
Right.
So I understand that situation. That's why I'm telling him, you're not ready for this, bro. You're too young. Get your shit together first and establish yourself and see where your life goes.
Absolutely. And this is the reason. This is the reason that we are to hang this on him. We already know it's too heavy for him to carry. We need him to come face to face with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens, is that us as elders, we already know this is some bullshit at 22, 23. You ain't supposed to be fucked. I fucked up like that. I'm telling you, I would tell him my story. And how, if I could go back, if I could talk to the 22, 23, 24-year-old Jeff Brown, what I would say. Here's my opportunity. This is what needs to, bruh, this is exactly what needs to happen, is he needs to come face to face with the weight of this. And that's why I said, start with an honest conversation with this boy's father.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do that, you in a den of witches and snakes.
Yeah, because running back and snitching to the women don't help nothing either. Especially if they not telling him the truth.
Exactly.
They not doing
now
him any good.
This, and now you either, here's a third road, brother. And the third road is the ugliest. It's either A or B, or this third road that Bruce alluded to. If A or B is too much to make happen,
I gotta take him out there in that backyard.
No, that's not your third road. That's not your. That's it's late to take that road.
It should be.
It's too late.
Man,
I'm
too old for that. I'm bullshitting. I ain't gonna do that. I'm too old for that shit. Man.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the third road. Hold on. Here's the third road. The third road is to let him know that you are going to absolutely wipe your hands of him. Because the anything else, bruh, you worrying like a mother. You worrying like an auntie, like a big mama. That's what they do.
Yep.
We do this. A, I'm going to try to save you one of these two ways. Or B, I'm going to write you off. And now you're going to see how much you mean to him. I'm going to write you off. I'm not going to have niggas shooting at me. I'm preparing myself for what's going to happen to you if you don't do things my way. Because it's that serious. That's those are your three roads, brother. And with that, I am convening today's show because these niggas in here, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. This was a show and a half. This was a monster. I'm so proud of these cats I get to get down with in here, man. I love hanging out with deep, smart brothers that's on their shit. There's some hard shit here. But Brother Frank has his work cut out for him. Because this is the only kind of action that's going to work. We have to take action upon the things we want to change. Man, we took a lot of roads today. All of them funky. Like this track that's playing in the background. I really enjoyed this show today. I'd still be the fuck in here if I didn't stop it. The point is to bring this back around. We all see a cross this young man is about to throw himself upon. The question is why? What is he trying to fix in his backyard? What is he trying to fix in his past? Are we going to just sit still and let him ruin his shit? No. Not me. I have to do my part and charge Brother Frank to making this happen. And I'll do whatever I can, bro. Get at me on the back channel. Let me run back up the comments to my main man. Let's see as I look through. Oh, well, fuck it. I was looking for something in there about me and music and Instagram and not listening. Right after the show, I'm going to listen, I promise. And again, what a show. What a fucking show. Started out somewhere. Took a big turn. And ended back up with this brother's cross. And trying to get him off of it. Examine your crosses, people. That's all I'm saying. Stay high in thought. Stay high in deed. Guide your ignorance to your wisdom. Pull out of the gravity of the stupid. Sisters, find your peace. Brothers, find your majesty. It's your Uncle Jeff. I'm out.